Greetings. Of course, I am the Immortal One, and this is one of my specific things, and this video is apparently private. Okay, I'll sort that out in post. But I wanted to just take something that has happened recently, and that has come to my brief attention. And I know who posted it out, and I know who's responsible for it. And the same person is now sat sucking up to somebody else, which is funny, because now he's sucking up to City, and I'm going to out the fucker straight away. His name's Trickster. Ever since that guy came along, now I know exactly who it is, and I'd out him personally. And he's messaged me personally on Facebook in the past, a long time ago, about getting on the show, and I said no. And then again after my drunken antics back in February. And then on the last one, when I did go full bore against Unshackled, he was the first little minion to jump to their defense. And now, for all it's worth, BV in the Situation Room have managed to pull it on board. Unshackled, however, has not. Because honestly, it would never happen to begin with. So, the second, being my brand new best friend, with a video entitled Doc Goes Hulkamania. And this has got to be, I don't know, recently, within the last few weeks, possibly a little older than that. It doesn't have that many views. So it's either unimportant or the peons aren't watching it. And let me tell you something. For a minute. The thing is, with War Commander being the way it is a dying breed. The player base shrinks on a daily basis. Everything disappears. Everything becomes nothing. And at the end of it, you are left with a very, very angry, disassociated, dispassionate, toxic fucking nightmare. That's no word of a lie. But at the moment, because of that, you've got people who will just roll against everything that I have said and everything that I have done in the last 3.5 years running shows. It's all, in fact, it's over 4. From BV to Unshackled to being a concurrent guest panel member on the Situation Room, which I know sticks in people's craws. There are certain people that don't like Roy, and I have been told multiple times that, oh, Roy's only using you to pump up the views and all that shit. Yeah, okay. So did Fear on BV. So did Shadow on Killer on Unshackled. Everything that is about me is about me. It's about my views, my opinion, and the way I put my views across. Okay? And you need to understand that. If you can go ahead and write your trolley little fucking cover of the Hitler videos is so fucking old. I did one of those years ago to take the piss out of fucking BV and Hiker. And if you can rehash the content that I've already created well done. Somebody else got there first. It's old. And I got a damn more site fucking views than you did. You see, you've made a lot of comments here in this little fucking little shit, because I can see the captions that you wrote. And by God, are you fucking dumb? I have not read the most amusing fucking trash about me in a long time. And I'll quote to you. So I'll quote some of this to you. Immortal Drunk, I thought you left unshackled. Everyone who does not kiss my ass, leave now. Who the fuck do these assholes think they are? I created Unshackled, me and me alone, and now the damn fucks think they can waltz in and ruin everything I worked so for. Oh, no. I have to create everything I worked so hard for. I set the shows up. I personally handpicked the fucking panel and ran it like clockwork. Okay. Let's go with what number one is wrong on there. The panel was never handpicked. It wasn't. It was selective, but I never handpicked the panel. If somebody wanted a link, 99% of the time, they would have gotten it. If they were a trusted player and had a verifiable account, which could be checked at any time for any cheats, hacks, glitches, exploits, workshop bugs, the whole fucking 9 yards. Shadow implemented that policy. Yeah, Shadow implemented that policy, not me. I just helped it happen. And everything had to be legitimate. And you can thank fucking Mark East for that. But then all of a sudden that went by the wayside, didn't it? Okay. The second thing on my list. Everyone who doesn't kiss my ass. Nobody kisses my ass. Unlike the same guy that wrote this, and I'll be contacting you personally when I'm done, because I've been working on this for several days now. It got sent to my inbox a couple of nights ago, and I immediately knew who it was before the person told me who'd posted it up originally. Now, I never engage in a conversation unless I know how it is going to end. Every so often I am surprised, but not very often. And I knew immediately who was responsible for this before you fucking opened your goddamn cum hole. Now, this is my channel. I will say whatever the fuck I like. I can disable the chats. I can disable the likes. I can disable the comments. I can do what I like within YouTube's terms of service. Nobody has been specifically named, so you haven't got a leg to stand on. And as far as it comes to never once did I ever make a mistake, I am the immortal Dr. Phil. Let me tell you something. The immortal Dr. Phil doesn't exist. And that's what you need to understand. The immortal Dr. Phil is a personality that is only for show. You don't know me. Never insinuate for a second that you do. Because by the time I am finished with you, I will put you so far down, you will think you're at a first-year classroom. And you'll be in one of my first-year classrooms. And I will teach you what it is like to take humility seriously. Point number 4. What about the community members? I'm the one that made Unshackled, me alone, but the ratings are dropping and the community slaves will obey my command because my word is law. Nobody challenges my law. All those that challenge me will be dealt with swift justice and my foot up their ass. If you dare defy my law, you will be very sorry, for I do not forgive, and I most certainly do not forget. You will all remember my rule as the immortal Dr. Phil. Fucking, my God, man, you drivel on with some bullshit. I mean, not only do you drivel on, you've written it all in caps for a start off. The foot and ass jokes are ancient. I've been using foot and ass jokes for 15 fucking years. Ever since I saw that 70s show. Because I think Red Foreman is fucking hilarious. And foot and ass jokes have been around ever since then. They've hell, probably foot and ass jokes are older than me. For Christ's sake. You drivel on about my laws and my foot and nobody challenges me and blah, blah, blah. You know what? What you don't see is all the shit that I dealt with behind the scenes. If somebody challenged me, then they are open to do so. But what you've got to not do is do everything behind everybody's fucking back like you've been doing with this shit. You get into a hangout with me, I'll prove you fucking wrong 100% of the time. You want to pose an opposing argument with me, you come at me. Much as I'm doing right now. Hell, contact me and I'll get you on one of these. And we'll thrash this fucking shit out like men. Unless you want to be that fucking whiny little bitch-faced fucking child who's pulling this shit out of his ass. That's a sign of desperation. When you come to it 3 months, 4, 5, 6 months down the line and you're still trying to poke the bear. Now, I left this for a little while. I did. I just left it. And I have written all, I could write my comments and do it all in a blah blah speech that means absolutely fuck all. And that's what a lot of speeches are, absolutely nothing. He carried on. I mean, this fucking video goes on for 4 minutes. It's just 4 minutes of absolute bollocks. I mean, this video is going to be 15 minutes of absolute bollocks, but people will listen to me over fucking stupid shit like that. Unshackled, when I was on, was never a fucking dictatorship. I stepped down from Unshackled to give other people the reins, and that was a bad idea. Well, one of them rather than the other. Which was originally not the way it was supposed to be in the first place. But that's something else entirely. Now, when I stepped down back in February, yeah, I might as well bring it up. When I stepped down back in February, I handed the reins over to Venom as lead producer. And he made the decision to joint produce it with Dutch, which was, I still say, was a fucking huge mistake. And he made his own bed, and he's going to lie in it from this point on. Because that's the order of things, I think. I'm done with that. That's water under the bridge. And I do not forgive, I do not forget. No, I don't. And if you want to question my policy, then go right ahead. But I do not forgive, and I do not forget. That's about the only thing through this 4 minutes of shite that is actually correct. Why can't people just obey me without questioning my dictatorship? Yes, I said dictatorship. I mean, you've ran out of attemptedly funny lines, so you put dictatorship twice. Again, signs of desperation in a man who's out of jokes. Christ, I could write funnier shit about me that's not even there. Only one law applies, and people who defy my laws are dogs, and a man chooses it. Right, I'm going to put you on a fucking thing here. A man chooses and a slave obeys. Straight out of BioShock. First one. A man chooses, a slave obeys, is a quote from Andrew Ryan, who founded the Rapture, which is a city under the sea, if you've ever played BioShock. The first two, at least. And the whole relevance to that is a man sets his own destiny. And that is wrong. Destiny lies in the hands of a few people. And I am certainly not one of them. And neither are any of you who watches this. You think you can set your own destiny? No, the world chooses your destiny for you. And that is the philosophy of the man chooses and the slave obeys. If you choose your own destiny, then fair play to you. But unfortunately, at this point, your destiny is ruled by trying to get a rise out of me, which, congratulations, you have. But it's not going to be anything to what you expect. You expect me to shout. You expect me to be pissed off. You expect me to be a lot of things. And a lot of it I am not. Could it... The last couple of... The big two rants that I had were drink fueled and fueled by people who pissed me off and catalysm. When you have a catalyst that trips the bar, that's all that needs to happen. Anytime, day or night. I'm sober. I have been for some time. But I'm going to say this to you, Trickster, again, because I know you're responsible for this. I know who you are. And this is all you'll get from me. I chose to walk away because it was the best thing to do. I could have come back and guest hosted. I could have come back and guest panelist, but I didn't. I walked away because I chose to. And I chose to leave all the shit that I had to deal with behind me. I chose all of the shit that I have to do now. I'm a panelist on the Situation Room from time to time. It's not all the time. It's never going to be all of the time. I'm never going to be there every single night that Roy runs a show. I can't be anymore. I tell you one thing about running Unshackled for as long as I did. It was the most tiring job I think I've ever had in my entire life. And I've worked 18-hour days. I've worked weeks without a day off to myself. And running that shit is the hardest thing I've ever had to do. Not because this was the show, not because it was the prep work. It was dealing with son of a bitches backstabbers like you, who would wait until the utmost opportunity to kick a man while he's down. So I'll simply say this. Watch your back, sunshine. Although I'm not around anymore, there are a lot of other people that are. And that is it. I'll take no more shit. There will be no further responses. You're already banned from my channel anyway, so your comments won't be seen by anybody. Because of your ridiculous shit. You know who I am. You know how to get hold of me. Be a man and do it. Instead of being this spineless little fucking oaf who thinks it's funny to write nothing but absolute bollocks on a rehashed fucking video. Let that be a lesson for the day. Enjoy life, the free world. Never take a moment for granted and make the most of every day. Peace.